I'm Dan DeRocha, and this is Baker's Insight. I recently returned from France. I went to visit the Europan show in Paris, and when I was there, I had a chance to visit a ton of bakeries. And a common thread amongst all the bakeries there was croissant. Beautiful, buttery, flaky croissant. So when I came home, first thing I did, I pulled Chris aside and I said, Chris, I know what the next Baker's Insight is. Croissant.
That's what we're gonna make here today, okay? Is a traditional butter croissant, all right? So just to go over the ingredients real quickly. I have bread flour, all right? I have milk, is my liquid. I use salt, sugar, dry yeast, and also a little bit of butter that goes into the dough. I also have some other butter that kind of accentuates what makes a croissant because this is the butter that is laminated inside of the dough, folded in many layers to give you that flakiness. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna use a spiral mixer to mix the dough. It's just gonna be a straight mix. All of the ingredients are added except the butter that goes in for the butter block lamination. So you take the milk, flour, extra butter, salt, sugar, and yeast into the spiral mixer, 4 minutes on low, 2 minutes on high.
So we came out of the mixer, then we refrigerated our dough. Is this a necessary step?
I would say yes. I mean, it is important to relax the dough, also bring the temperature down because you're gonna incorporate butter into it. Sometimes you do it for a few hours, but in this instance, we did it overnight.
So we've got these blocks of butter that are gonna be folded in. What do we do with this?
So in order to incorporate the butter, we need to make it pliable. We need to make it into a block. So I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna put it in a planetary mixer, soften it up, and then I'm gonna form it in between two pieces of parchment paper into a block, a flat block type shape, which we'll show you before we begin laminating.
Now the dough's refrigerated, butter block is ready to go. Now we're gonna lock the butter into the dough.
Correct. So I have my dough here, pressed out into a shape that will allow it to fit the butter inside. There's many different ways to incorporate the butter, you know, in terms of how you lock it in there. This is kind of the shape that I like it to be. Now it's ready for lamination. If you want to take a look here, we cut this dough in half so you can see a nice cross section of all the layers of the dough and the butter.
Is it time now to roll out some croissants?
Exactly, yes it is. So we're gonna do our final rollout. We're gonna cut some croissants and we're gonna shape them.
Excellent. Fun part now, right? Rolling them up.
Exactly, so we cut the dough. Now we're just gonna shape them before they go to the proofer. We stretch them out a little bit. You know, this part of the process, everybody has a unique way they like to shape them. You know, some like to curl them after they roll them. Some like to leave them uncurled. It really is up to the baker how they like to really shape them. So we went ahead and we baked after we egg washed. You know, we used the oven at 350 degrees. You know, the baking time varies. I would say we baked these probably about 16 minutes.
All right, we're out of the oven. We've got golden goodness here. Looks beautiful, Chris.
And you know, we did a little analysis of the croissant. Obviously, this is what we like to see. It's called a nice honeycomb. Okay, when I slice the croissant in half, and that's pretty much it for today.
This is just the beginning. I'm sure there's a bunch of variety, chocolate, jams, you know, ham and cheese, a million different things you could go with this. Hope you enjoyed this Baker's Insight. For the ingredients, mixing instructions, and baking instructions, please visit erikarecord.com.